What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Flying Brian's Garage. In today's video, last video we were working on the truck, we're working on the van, working on alumina. A bunch of stuff I got tied up, didn't get to finish the truck like I wanted to. I didn't expect to work on alumina, but I had to. So therefore, in this video we're going to be doing what we left off on the last video. I got to finish the rear bumper. I've got to mount a light bar to the roof, and I need to build some brackets for that. And we need to figure out the charging system for sure, get it straightened, get the carburetor and the timing right, and hopefully we'll be good to go and a little closer to being on the road. So let's go ahead and get started in today's video. Well, I called my buddy to figure out if he could, or tried to get in touch with my buddy to figure out if he could help me with the wiring on the alternator, and couldn't get in touch with him. So I finally found it on a forum. I dug and dug and dug and dug and dug and could not find anything on this alternator. Finally found it on an old forum. The red cap goes up top, the black goes on bottom. The red cap goes next to the alternator power source. So we got it hooked up. All we need to do is tighten up our belt a little more, and then we can pull it out, see how everything's working. Alright, belt's a little tighter. Everything's fastened down, so let's get our cover piece inside the cab, and we'll kind of lower the hood some. Hoods are hard to get down. I'll lube up my hood hinges. Alright, let's get out some keys. I got too much stuff. Where's those keys? There they are. Dadgum. I need to quit carrying so much stuff in my pockets. Okay. Gas couple pumps and she just needs to warm up. I think the float's set too high again. Just choking it out at idle. We'll have to tweak that some. Yeah, it's getting too much fuel again. That's okay. We can tweak that very easily. So that's no issue. But we're still not charging. That is an issue. Let's tweak this real quick and then we'll fix the door latch. And then figure out our charging issue. Alright. We adjusted our float height. See how she runs now? Still not running the best. I wonder if I need to kick it a little lower. Might need to bring my idle up a little bit too. I'm just going to do a touch for now. I'll let y'all sit here. Actually, I think I could, well, no. I'll sit y'all there. Y'all can watch me adjust the float. I'm not going to open the window on it or anything yet. I'm just going little by little. What you do is you loosen your jam screw. You take your nut. Back it down some. It's not leaking, so that's good. Alright. Let's throw our lid back on and fire it back up. I'm going to redo my idle air adjustment screws just because I don't know if they've backed out and I've lost track, so I'm going to show y'all how to do your idle air adjustments. I might need to adjust my choke too. Alright, here we go. Let's see. There's your idle air adjustment on this side. We're going to run it all the way in until it's alright. Flathead, are you gonna cooperate? I don't like flathead screwdrivers. Alright, just till it stops. You don't want to do anything else, and that's a little so what we're going to do is we're going to go 1.5 revolutions. So Come on, flathead, cooperate. There's a half. Come on. There's a full turn. I'm sorry about the camera not being focused enough. There's a full turn. And there's another half revolution. So that side should be adjusted properly for firing up and having anything else. Have any other issues, it's either timing or vacuum. We're gonna run it in. This screwdriver does not like this flathead screw. Okay, that is in. So half turn, full turn, half turn. 1.5 revolutions on all of your idle air adjustment screws. I've only got 2 in the front. There is none in the rears, as you see. I'll show you the other side on this Holly carburetor. There are none on the back, just the front. So we got our fronts adjusted. We should have our floats adjusted properly. Chokes open. Let's see how she runs. If she don't run any better, I probably got a vacuum leak somewhere. And there's a way to test that. I have a vacuum gauge I can hook up. Also, there's an old way to test it too. Sounds like there's a huge vacuum leak somewhere. Yeah, I think timing's still off. I don't think that's a vacuum leak. I think that's just a suction from the carburetor, actually. I am pretty sure we still have timing issues. So what I might do is loosen the set nut or set screw for the timing, and we'll fire it up. Tweak it a little here, a little there. It's hard to. Ow. That actually hurt my hand, but I'll live. Let's snug that down a little bit so this thing is, it don't just vibrate itself in any direction. So we're gonna fire old girl up. Hell is that? Damn, I think that was the sound of the oil running all back down to the bottom of the engine. Either that or it is still flooding. Shouldn't be. I guess I need to look into it a little more and see what the heck it's doing. Well, dumbass batteries did. Any battery sponsors out there that want to sponsor, hit me up. FlyingBrian2293@gmail.com or comment down below, because I'm getting tired of having issues with batteries constantly. Need something better around here. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Optima batteries, because this battery was given to me bad, so, and this still kind of holds a charge, so it's better than nothing. But for now, I guess we're dead in the water until battery charges, so don't have a good alternator still. I think it's honestly in the voltage regulator there on the wall. I am 100% sure that that's that regulator, but never be too sure. I might later on tonight swap out this alternator for the other one and see if it does anything different. But for now, I don't have a clue. And everything's hooked up right, so I don't know, guys. I just don't know. But let's go ahead and I guess worry about our lock rod here in the door. We'll change out our clip and get that thing ready to be operable. And I need to move this guy. Just put it on the roof. Gotta have both my hands though. just got back so it stays. It likes to slide off because I got a good paint job. Or a decent enough paint job. But yeah, let's we got to take the door panel off, unfortunately. Oh Lord. That means I got to take this off. Looks like we're going ahead and switching our new handle on. Might as well, I guess. Might as well. So, while I was in the door, my friend had provided me with some original door keys and original door locks, which I think were to a van, but I just swapped this original door lock out for this one, because who knows who has keys to this van, truck. But now, instead of my keys being here, really ragged cut keys for the door, which are right here, now I have original door keys. I'll be swapping those out. Alright, put my light under my arm. We got our door panel back in place. Window crank works. We've got our wing window that opens and closes. We've got our latch pin works. Door handle works. And for the last test of them all, we're going to get our keys out that we swapped over. We put our door key on here. Okay, so apparently the rod is backwards, so down is unlocked. I don't know how that ended up, and up is locked. Whatever. It was unlocking the doors. It does not matter. I really don't care. Yeah, I really don't care. As long as it works. So, let's, oh yeah, it's locked. It's so weird. Let's see. Whatever works. Just get a light bar put back in here and covering back over, and then we'll probably pop out and do the other lock cylinder real quick. Alright, we got that door closed up. Everything's looking pretty good except for the backwards lock, but whatever. Like I said, I don't know how it got that way, but as long as it works, I don't care. I'm not the pickiest person. It's my truck anyway, I'm not selling it. I'm keeping this girl for myself. Love this old truck. But I guess we're going to go ahead and pull off our door panel over here, get our lock cylinder changed out for the one with the new key, and then we'll have new door keys for the truck, and all doors will be functional. So I was able to swap out the lock cylinder without taking off the door panel. I just used a pair of needle nose and made sure I grabbed the lock rod to not let it drop in the door. Now, we should have, yeah, we hear you. New lock cylinders, totally different key code, new lock cylinders, new keys, both doors. So that's done. All the door panels are good to go. Everything has a window crank that works, a door handle that works, a lock pin rod that works, and lock cylinders that work. So, and speakers, mirrors, windows. Yeah, we're good to go. I think what I'm going to do is put these tools in the van, get this thing fired up so I can back it back up into the carport, because it is getting late and I don't have any light out here, and I don't know what else I'm going to work on, but definitely probably something. Alright. Fish our keys back out of our pocket. There we go. First grab. Perfect. I like it when it works like that. Let's go ahead and see if we can get old girl to fire up. It was sounding a lot better. Still got an issue somewhere I gotta iron out in the engine. So much work to do on this thing. So much work. Well, I'm calling it a night on the truck. It's thing's a nightmare. But I got a fire going back here, and I'm just going to relax for the rest of the night, take it easy. Something I need to do anyway. Eat me something good and just relax, and probably get back on it tomorrow. So I'll see you guys back out here tomorrow. We'll probably only be messing with, at this point, the light bar brackets, mounting it to the roof, and finishing the bumper. I'll probably leave the rest of that for myself to figure out at a later date or on another video. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Alright guys, so I want to take a quick second, make a new little commercial thingy, whatever you want to call it. Y'all be sure to go like the videos. YouTube likes that. Comment down below. YouTube likes that. We're still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, so if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscription button and hit the all notifications bell. That way you're notified every time we put out a new video, which is at least once a week at this point. Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. The only one that's different is these Snapchats and Avatar. The rest of them are the same profile picture as the YouTube channel, so you can go to those platforms, type in Flying Brian's Garage in the search engines. You should find me, and we post different content to those as a sneak peek to what is coming. Also, be sure, if you want to, come join us on Facebook at Flying Brian's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. We have a group where we're trying to build like-minded folk to come around and share your builds, share your ideas, and maybe even plan a get-together ride or something. So y'all be sure to check out all those things and stay tuned for the newer videos. If y'all want to check out some of the older videos, we got a bunch of stuff back there in playlists. So if you're feeling a little like in a little Flying Brian's Garage mood, y'all can go back, watch a bunch of old videos, and stay tuned for the newer ones. And let's go ahead and get back into the shenanigans of the video. Alright guys, next day, I'm out here about to work on the truck. I'm not going to do the light bar brackets just yet. I'm going to do the bumper. And we have an issue. So what I thought I was going to use for bumper material is not enough. I need 8.5 of this, which almost takes up the whole damn thing, and I need 30 inches. Comes all the way to the end, and that's a bent part. We've got shit welded in here. I don't need that on there, so we're not going to be able to use that for the metal for the top of the bumper. So I've got to come up with a whole different idea. So for now, no side pockets. I found the thickest metal that I could find. So I'm not going to have side pockets on the bumpers like I originally wanted right now. I'm going to do something temporary to make it look good and cover up this until I can get the material to do what I really want to do. I still want to do the top with the thick all the way back, have it cut out for here, welded all the way to the top of the bumper, nice and sturdy, and then I still want to build the pockets like the newer Chevrolets have on the sides of the bumpers, maybe add some hooks for some D-rings on each side, add the lights under the bumper. I think it'll make it look pretty good, yeah. But temporarily we're going to take the thickest metal that I have, and it does have a lip on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that lip here. Here, let me just grab this. We're going to do it like that. And we're going to have the lip sitting at the back. Since it's not long enough to go across, I'm going to do a seam joint right here. I need to beat that down with a hammer. But yeah, we're going to do a joint right there. On the bumper. So there'll be a joint right here. No, my bad, I'm not looking at the camera. Joint right here. It'll be a lip that goes up, goes back, and then up a little bit to cover all of this crap back here. We'll cut it out a lot closer to our bed there. And just get it all neatened up. And what we'll do for now is use self-tapping screws on the top side of the bumper to secure it. Although I'm going to need to do something with this. Definitely going to need to do something with that. Maybe I'll add a piece of metal up behind it, weld it to keep it secure. I like to weld that joint, but I don't want it raised up. Maybe I'll weld it from the bottom, I don't know. I had to make that relief cut to straighten the bumper out though, because it was severely kicked in. Once it's covered you won't see it, but it needs to be sturdy enough to where it can withstand the... Maybe I just get a steel plate and weld it up under it. Covers the whole damn thing. Weld it, weld it, weld it, weld it. And then weld this crack at the bottom that I opened. So I'll have to put the dog up though if I do welding, because I don't want to burn his eyes out. Just so you guys know, y'all have shop dogs, don't weld around them. And their eyes are a little more sensitive than ours. And look at that face. You don't want to hurt that boy. Such a good boy. Such a good dog. So, you know, either get him a helmet or something or put him up. Trying to get this little piece of bumper straight there. Yeah, we'll cut that a lot closer. Make it look a little better. I almost thought about doing just a ledge out there, but I don't want nothing sharp there to cut people. Oh, so much work, so many ideas. I wish I had a bumper just fit the damn thing, but I don't have the money for it. Gotta make this work. Gotta make this work. Alright guys, so we went ahead and started cutting out one piece. I'll show you our temporary solution to our bumper. It's not fastened down yet, but I'm going to secure it with some self-tappers for now. You can see it's a lot more trimmed out for the bumper itself. And I think it looks pretty decent. It actually needs to be kicked in more. But yeah. It don't look bad from the side either. So that's what we're going to go with. Let's go ahead and get some self-tappers. Secure this side in place. And then can move on to the other side. I need to come through here with a marker and put spots where I put the holes, because I don't want to screw into it and it be in the spot where it already has a hole. We're still going to fix this side before we cover it, but I think the cover looks pretty decent. Let's see. Like I said, it's not screwed down, so it's poking up a little bit, but I think that's decent. Alright, I got our bumper piece on except for 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Need to wait for some batteries to charge up and get some better self-tappers. But I realized that the plastic trim actually looks better on it. So I put it back on both sides. Covers up a lot of imperfections and it kind of helps bring this out just a hair. So We threw it back on there. It still looks kind of like a Chevy bumper, but not too much. It won't look too bad when it's all done up. But we're going to go ahead and let some batteries charge, probably break out the welder and try to do something about this. There's another one right here. This. So let's try to get that figured out. Actually, I need to grab a hammer before it gets too late and beat that back down. Alright, now it's flush on both sides and we can weld that. But we'll probably pull the truck back in the carport and then set up again and get back to work. Alright, got this thing back in the carport. Like I said, except for a few screws on this side, pretty much completed on this side. We just have to get this side right. And I need to do a little more straightening on that bumper. It sags on this side, so I'd like to get the jack and lift it just a hair and then weld it on the bottom side so it will stay that way. Then we've got to bend down that part right here. It's too high. Once we get that done, should be ready to go. Alright, I got our jack and everything under it. Let's lift this side just a hair. Okay, well, it's about as level as I'm going to get it. It's not too bad. We'll come through here and do now is get our welder and weld those gaps shut, and then we should be good to go on that. We'll drop the jack, find us a plate of steel that we can put on the back underside of this, and then weld it on this side, and then bend this down and weld it. I might even have to pull the bumper off for that, because I need to get to some other spots under there too that I can't get to with it on, so might be pulling this off to finish the welding and then bolt it back to the frame afterwards. Alright, we got our spot welded on the bottom of the bumper there, and our jack is removed, so did bring it up a bit. And what we're going to do after I eat dinner is we're going to take the bumper off of the truck, find a piece of plate steel, go under here. We're going to bend this down and weld it all together. And then tomorrow we'll be able to put our top, cut it out, put it on just like on this side. And the bumper will be done for now. Alright, we have our bumper removed. Let me get some light. The battery won't out of there. Got a light on there. I have welded up a good bit. As you see, there's a good bit that I filled in. We welded the top sides, the back sides of one of the bolt holes on both sides. I still have yet to get this, the crack there. Got that side welded. Eventually I will be drilling a hole out right here and putting a bolt in this. And what else? I'm about to come through and weld this little crack up down here on the back side. And then I'm going to come in, and if you see where they just welded partially all the way across, I'm going to weld that support in solid. So let's get that done real quick. Alright, so the bumper has been welded in the spot that I wanted to, all the way down. And I think that's be a lot sturdier than some spot welds, which they weren't really spot welds, but they wasn't fully welded for my liking. If I'm going to be pulling with this, I want it to be extremely sturdy. So I'm going to go ahead and get the, let me get the battery again for the light. I'm going to go ahead and go find a plate that we can use to weld on the bottom side of this, and then we will go ahead and start preparing to secure that, get it done, and then we can put the bumper back on tonight. And tomorrow all we will have to do is finish the top piece, and then we'll be done with it. So trying to get some of this crap off of my weld. It looks a lot better down in there, because I just welded the back side of this. That way it don't stick through on this side. See? And then I can just screw that over it, and it's good to go. It don't look like the best bond in there, but it's better than what it was. I gotta keep telling myself that it is better than what it was. Alright, we found some metal, and we've got our stuff propped up to where it is nice and flush. We're about to weld the spacer, bracket, whatever you want to call it, brace, really. Damn, there's a lot of crap. On this bumper. Okay, well, we're about to weld this up. Get all the crap out of the way. Get this surface prepped a little better. Put them on, and then we can go ahead and weld it together. Alright, we have 2 braces on the back side of our bumper. Flip it over so we can see it better. There's our 2 braces. Welded as good as we can get them. That should keep everything nice and sturdy. So what I'm looking at doing now is adding places, 2 spots, one on each side, to add a chain for the trailer. So we're going to go find some stuff to weld on, get that done, and then we can mount this bumper tonight, which I want to do. That way tomorrow I can do the other side of the trim and call this project done for now until we probably do something else with this. But for now it's turning out okay, you know, I can't complain. Look at that, that's a lot straighter than it was when we got it. Ooh. A lot straighter. But let's go fetch a couple of spots for our chains and get them welded up. Alright, we had some square axle U-bolts that I was not going to use, and I welded them on for our chains for left and right. And I guess we're going to see what it looks like when we get the bumper all back on and together. I think it's going to look pretty good. But yeah, that'll be for our chains. We'll have our ball, of course, for each, and then we will have trailer lights and tag lights and everything ran to this. So let's get it back on the truck and see what it looks like. Alright, the bumper is back on. Everything is much more sturdy. Although it did kind of bring that in some. Ah, well, whatever. I can't help that. It's just gonna have to be that way. I think it'll still come out looking pretty good. But yeah, there it is. It's tightened down and all that good stuff. There's our chain hooks, tow balls. We have some reverse lights that we can put in it. Yeah, I think that'll do. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it night, and I'll be back out here on this tomorrow, where we will be finishing up that side of the bumper, the top, and then we can call the bumper done. Then probably move on to fixing the light bar to the roof. I want to make some brackets that go inside of the door and bolt up there. So that's the plan, and we will see you guys back out here again tomorrow, or hopefully we'll be tying this video up. Alright guys, it is 2 days later. Yesterday it was raining and didn't come out here. Kinda glad I didn't. Actually it's 3 days later. No, yesterday I took a break. The day before I was going to come out and work, but it was raining, so I was going to wait for the rain to slack off, and then some dumbass drunk driver in town was running from the cops and smacked a light pole up the road, and in turn wiped out the whole neighborhood's power for hours. So I was cooking on a fire like a caveman and just trying to make it until the power came back on. So needless to say, it's a good thing we didn't try to do anything the day before yesterday, and yesterday it was raining too. But today it's weather looks like crap, but it's not raining. We're gonna go ahead and finish up this bumper because we have a meet tomorrow. So I'd like to at least get the bumper done. That way Mike can see, you know, how far it's came since he gave it to me, because he was going to junk this bumper, and I don't think he thinks I can straighten it. So I want to show that I can. This side's done. We just got to get this side, so we got to cut it out, and I figured out that I had it marked up all wrong, so I'm glad I didn't cut that yet. This part is what's coming off, because when we flip this over, we want that ridge over here, and now it will be. So should equal up just great. Although I'm probably going to retake a measurement before I do cutting. So let's double check, because it's supposed to be 35 5/8 on both sides, and I want an ugly ass gap in the middle. I want it to butt together like it was made for it. So let's make sure our measurement's right before we start cutting. No, it's not. It is 36.5. So something happened. When we made this. But it's okay. That's why we double check before we cut the other piece. 36.5 for sure. Yep, let's go 36.5. So let's redraw our line. That way we're correct. straight edge on it. Okay. Now we got our new line, so we can cut from here to there. We'll lose this whole piece, and then we can cut that off, and then we'll put it in place, make sure it's the right length, and we can trace off and trim off what we need to from there, like we did on the last piece. It should come out looking just fine. So let's get this thing cut, chopped up, and ready to put on. Alright, we now have our piece cut out for the bone. Let's shut our tailgate and make sure that it's gonna fit. Yeah, it's going to fit. So now we need to notch this out for the bed there. So let's get our pencil and mark it out. Alright, so I got part of it cut out. We got our notch cut out here, and then I've got the rounded part cut out. I've also got this little end rounded like I did on the other side. So let's shut our tailgate, lay it in place, butt that seam together. And then there you go. Almost done. All we got to do is cut out this little bit here and get it laid in place, get all our screws added, and then we'll be done with this project. Alright, thanks to the shitty ass self-tapper screws, I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10 screws. But it's on there. Looks pretty good. I need to get that seam a little closer in the middle. Other than that, it looks pretty good. We still have to finish welding just a little bit. I gotta weld here, 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 and here. That way, if this did fail, the chains wouldn't snap off by just coming this way. Need to make sure it's on there and on there good, and then we'll be done with this project. And then we can move on to the light bar brackets and get that mounted. Not bad for a 90s OBS bumper on a Dentside Ford though. Not bad. Alright, ignore the background noise of the people being idiots down the street. Here we go. We got our hook spots welded. Both sides. Both sides. It's on there. They ain't coming off. So, bumper is technically done except for a few screws and wiring tag lights. So, I think it looks pretty good and operates pretty well. So, I guess at this point we will be moving on to our light bar, mounting it to the roof of the truck, and we're probably doing that tomorrow. So, see you guys back out here again tomorrow, where we will get to the light bar. Alright guys, just got back from Mike's. Mike from the car meet. He's the guy with the lowered truck. He hooked me up with a whole bunch of good stuff. Check this out. Start off by helmet. It's a nice helmet. Those are my goggles in it, but practically brand new. He said that would match the General so much better. So now I have a helmet for the General, and we have a shift knob that we're about to be going to install on the General. That is so cool. Also for the General, we have some green LEDs for some underglow. They are pretty much the same exact lights that are on the end of my yak there. So we got a whole bunch of them, and these are all General stuff. So that'll all be going on the General. I really dig all that. So thanks, Mike. We got some strobes here. There's some light strobes. There's 7 of them. Probably for the tow rig and whatever else I decide to put them in. Maybe if I put a couple in the bumper of the truck, or whatever I decide to do. So, stick those aside. And then we have, I told you I needed an air breather for the truck. And just so happens he had that in the scrap pile. I'm just going to throw that away. He had a brand new filter he wanted to give me. And a recessed bottom pan, which I don't know if I can use that, but if I can, great. If I can't, save it and use it on something else. So we have a whole entire air breather here for the truck, and we have a Summit 4-barrel double feed 700 or 750 CFM street or strip carb. It's a beautiful carburetor. I actually traded him something for this, but man, is that going to look good on the truck. So we've got truck parts, truck and tow rig parts, General stuff. So I'm going to go down and put a couple things on the General here. Probably not going to put that on camera or anything. I'm just going to do that on my own. We'll come back to it at some point with the truck and the carburetor, and maybe try to go ahead and install some of these lights in the bumper. I'm going to put one of these kits in the truck. This one has 4. This one has 3. These 3 will be for the tow rig. These 4 for the truck. I want to put 2 in the front bumpers and 2 in the rear bumpers. Alright guys, it has been a while since we've been out here on the truck, but we're back. Last clip y'all saw was all the stuff that Mike had hooked us up with. So what we're going to do real quick is pull off our breather here, set it off to the side, get this light on here. We're going to be pulling off our Holley carburetor and replacing it with this Summit Street or Strip carb. So let's get to pulling this thing off and swapping her out. I'm looking forward to seeing what this Summit Street or Strip will do. I'm sure I've said this before on film, but whoever come up with putting their logo right here instead of on the front ought to be punched in the mouth. Alright guys, I gotta locate some JB Weld for the stupid Mr. Gasket thing. Need to swap this around. Our double feed rail needs to be facing this way, so this outlet needs to be over here, and all we gotta do is take this off and flip it. So let's do that real quick. We got our feed rail facing the other way now. That was very easy to switch over. Like I said, just loosen it, take it off, flip it, whichever direction you need. But now that we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to locate some stuff for that stupid mess. Alright, we located a gasket and some JB Weld, so I'm waiting for that to dry so I can scuff and sand. Alright guys, our JB Weld is dried. We sanded it down, and look at that. No more Mr. Gasket crap. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get our riser plate reinstalled, and then we can go ahead and install our carburetor. Alright, we have our gasket on, we have our plate on, it is hooked up to the brake booster there. Let's go grab our carburetor. that thing on there. Ooh. Not gonna work. I'm going to change over the spot where I hook up my cable. So that's the cable clip and that's my cable. Not the same. Alright guys, we got things together here. Only thing we're lacking right now is I'm going to need a clamp for here. Now, I might be able to use one of those. I'll try it. And then let's see. It's gonna be a tight fit. I'll get some clamps on here. Clamp this down to the fuel filter. Then we should be hooked up. I found some clamps to install. Got a fuel filter on it now. The fuel was on this side, so I diverted our line. Just put a little small little bend in it to come this way, and on the other side, since our fuel rail is over here, I feel like we may end up having to get a fuel pressure regulator, but I'm not sure. We'll try it. I will have to put this battery on charge for a little bit, but not tonight because the general battery is on charge for tomorrow. Going to play at Mike's house. The only thing I'm lacking is a longer stud for the carb. Our last problem is solved. The stud that we got out of our old carb did thread all the way down into here, and I found another bolt that I nipped the head off of and joined it with joined two with a nut, tightened it down, and now we have a stud. Need a wing nut, but for now try to get this ran down on there. Take it back off. Trying to get these threads cleaned so I can just take it off and put it on whenever I want. By hand. Yeah. There we go. That's her. Let's boy, does that look nice. Alright guys, it has been a few days since I've touched this. Last we saw in the video, we put the carburetor and the air breather and everything on. Got a little bit of water there on the intake. Is it leaking? Don't look like it. It must be condensation. That's what I needed to know. Fuel. It don't smell like fuel. It smells like water. Fuel line's all hooked up. Everything is hooked up. We charged our battery last night. I think what I'm going to do today is we're going to drain that fuel out of there because it's been sitting a while. Put some fresh fuel and fire this thing up. See what it does. Alright, we got us a small can to drain our fuel here into with a new carburetor. Let's see what it does when we put it in gear. Hey. Good girl. Heck yeah. This thing runs good with this carb on it. Maybe that was the tip it all along. Alright guys, since this is running as good as it is, I'm going to call under the hood good for now. At some point we will be adjusting the timing on this. I don't know if it's in this video or the next, but my buddy Mike has a timing light he's going to let me use to time this thing. Otherwise, fuel filter's filled up. Is it leaking out of there? Might be. Yeah, we might have a leaking hose here. That's okay. You can always fix that with a clamp, new hose, all that good stuff. we're not taking it out on the road yet, so I'm not really too worried about it. But let's get in here in the cab. We're going to pull our seat out and the console and all that good stuff. Go ahead and try to put some carpet in this thing. So, first things first, let's start pulling everything out of the interior. Seat, all this mess in the back, all those parts, light bar, everything. I gotta clean that bed out too at some point. Alright, we got the interior cleaned out. Everything but the seat. So I'm going to go down to the van, get the tools to pull this thing. We're going to pull it out, put it off to the side, and then go ahead and get our carpet laid in. Alright guys, we got the truck back in the carport here. Runs great. That 750 CFM double feed 4-barrel Summit Streeter strip carb really did the trick. And having an air breather on there now really helps too. I don't have to worry about sucking dirt in there or anything of that sort. So, big thanks to Mike. And they are watching, so thanks. Guess we're going to go ahead and do is sweep this floor out and start prepping to put our carpet in the cab. Hoping we can get this done tonight, because I got other things to work on, but let's see how much we can get done with this, because I really want to see how it looks with some carpet in it. It's the one thing I have not seen since I had this truck, is it with carpet in it. We're going to put this unit back on charge in just a minute. Get these leaves off that fell on it. I don't like leaves on my vehicles. I don't know why. It just bugs me. Okay. We'll pop this hood. Get our battery back on charge. Oh yeah, I put the cord back in there. We'll do that in a second. So here's the carpet that we're going to use. It's kind of like a shaggish, like black and brown. It's a rug that I had in the house that we decided not to use anymore. And I was like, that'll be perfect for the truck. So, you know, kind of sort of match our door panels. Center console, it'll kind of sort of match, maybe kind of. Floor mats, yeah, it's not bad. And kind of sort of our seat. So, yeah. I'll go get a broom, start cleaning this up. Alright guys, Got our floor swept out. Everything's clean and prepped. Next step, go ahead and lay our carpet in there. Alright guys, here is the reveal. There's a couple ugly spots, but they're going to be hidden by things. Most of this carpet conformed to the floor pretty well actually. So that's good. Like I said, most of the ugly spots are going to be hidden by the console and the seat. The other side molded really good. I've got it cut to fit. And I have the dimmer switch there securing this side. So what I'm going to do now is get a vacuum and clean this up really good. Vacuum it out, and then honestly I guess we're going to go ahead and put our seat back in. Console, mats, and the rest of the interior. Get it back together. Get it looking good. Alright, she has been vacuumed. Our mats are back in. Our speakers are back in. I got our wire running up to here for all that. And it just looks good. It looks really good, except for, you know, that back part where it's a little uneven. And uneven over here. But it's no big deal. Like I said, the seat is going to hide every bit of those imperfections. So, at this point, I guess what we're going to do is find our holes and cut out for them and get our seat back in place and get the center console back in place, all hooked up and everything tied up and ready to go. And then we should be done with this interior tonight. Alright, we got our seat holes cut out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's time to put our seat in and see what she looks like all put together. Alright guys, got the seat back in it. I need to put the spacers back in the back to raise it up, get it in its place, and bolt it down. Then we can put our center console in. See how everything's gonna fit. So far, I like that. That's not a bad interior. Alright guys, that is the final touches. Center console's in, mats are in, carpet's in, seats bolted in. Everything is ready to go. There is a huge difference in sound in here. It sounds so much better, so much more quiet. It's cut to fit. It's looking really good. I still got on my gas pedal. I didn't try it earlier, but I don't want to flood the carburetor, so I still got on my gas pedal throw and all that stuff, so that's not going to interfere. And everything's good. I am very happy with this. I think it looks splendid for something that I have zero money in. My wife did remind me I do have a little bit of money in this interior, and I have really the only thing I have money in is the welding wire that I used for the seat frame and the turn signal switch, where I welded it down here. That's actually a bolt with a vacuum cap cover over it. So, works good though, so I'm not complaining. Yep, pretty good little turn signal deal. So, better than what I did have. which was nothing. So, like I said, we have our carpet screwed and secured there, so it's not moving. It's also secured with the seat and the center console, so it is for sure not moving. So, we have carpet. Very happy with this. I'm probably about to go ahead and finish putting the rest of the stuff that I had in the cab back in the cab, and probably call it a night on this project. I don't see me doing anything else really, but yeah. Oh, I had it zoomed in. I think it looks good though. Let's step out. Look at it again. I got a little dirt there on the thing, but now let's close this door. Go over to the other side. Look at that. That looks really good. Even goes up behind the seat. Fancy, fancy. Really dig it. Heck yeah. I'm happy with that. Looks good with the seats, look good with the door panels, looks good with the center console. If I get a dash that matches this blue, which I highly doubt I will, I'd keep it, but more than likely I'm going to get a dash that's a different color. I'm going to paint it black and have white inset that kind of matches the headliner, the visors, the wheels, and so on and so forth. So like some white pinstriping or white accents on a black dash would really look good in this truck. And then an original cap for the steering wheel, because I do not really want to change that wheel unless I find a better one. Alright guys, we're going to call this video on the truck for now. Got quite a bit more to do to it, and the video is kind of getting long. I don't want to make it too long, so I'm going to go ahead and call it. I will do the rest of the mounting the light bars and, you know, maybe tuning it a little bit more depending on what I need to do. I might get Mike over here to help me with that a little bit, just because 4 hands are better than 2. We'll probably do that all in another video, because we never got to mounting the top light bar. We never got to using the timing light and timing it, tuning the carburetor, throwing the vacuum tester on there to see how good the carburetor's tuned, and all that good stuff. We never got to any of that, so do that in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We did get to putting the bottom light bar on, working on the engine quite a bit. We got to tear out the interior, put some carpet in there, and put it all back together, and it looks really good. So I'm happy with that. I can call that good. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please go down there and leave me a like and comment down below. It helps out. YouTube likes it. I like it. Everybody likes it. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Smash the button. Hit the all notifications bell. That way you're notified every time we put out a new video, which is once a week. Follow the Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. The only one that's different is the Snapchat. It's an avatar. The rest of them are the same profile picture as the YouTube channel. So you can go to those platforms, type in Flying Brian's Garage in the search engines, and you should find me. Post pretty much daily. What's going on in the shop, what I'm working on, what I'm screwing off on. So yeah, y'all be sure to follow those if you have all of those, and keep up with that. We also have a Facebook page. It's a group, Flying Brian's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. It is a private group, so come join, come share your ideas, all that good stuff, and yeah, come be a good part of it. Trying to build it. We'd love to see your builds, and just you know, be able to talk back and forth with everybody. So yeah, y'all come join there, and if you're just in the mood for watch Flying Brian's Garage, we got a bunch of videos in the or on the channel page. So go to the channel page Scroll down through there, there's a bunch of playlists and stuff like that, and if you're just itching to wait for a new one, best way to be notified is, like I said, subscribe and all notifications bell will notify you every time I put out a new video. So like I said, thanks for watching, appreciate the OGs and the new people that are subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next episode where we will be doing, I don't even know yet,